Well, it must be Cattleya season because in today's video I'm going to be doing an orchid bloom showcase of probably my favorite Cattleya in my collection. Cattleya Irene tail like Kheng mini fireball or little fireball. Let's see the tag. So we have the tag right here. And it doesn't have the Greg's name on there, but the Greg's name is Irene tail like Kheng, and then the cultivar name is Little Fireball. So I've had this one for like a couple years. This was like the second or third Cattleya that I ever got in my collection. So probably around 2018, early 2019. I've had this one and it grows great. I have it in moss and bark over leca. Probably should repot this soon because the moss is starting to get a little crazy looking. But in the pot right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 suitable. So this is a really tiny Cattleya. It's made up of 3 species. I think it's Pumila, Coccinia, and Walkeriana. So all 3 super tiny species, and it itself is obviously a tiny hybrid. And it would be a lot bigger, but I've divided this a couple times. I've sent pieces off to other people. But yeah, it grows really fast. What I like is that when it starts, when it initiates the buds when the growth is still maturing. So you can kind of tell by like the plumpness of the bulb down here whether or not you're going to get a bloom. So you kind of don't necessarily have to wait that long, and then when the leaf opens you'll see the buds, and then they'll bloom in like a week or 2 weeks because they've already started growing in here while the growth is maturing. So once they open, the buds are actually quite mature, so they open in like a week or 2, as opposed to other Cattleyas where they mature the growth and then start on the buds, forming the buds, and then it seems like it takes forever for them to bloom. But this one's different. So, done with all of that, now let me show you the flowers. And just one quick little tidbit before we get into the flowers is that this cross grows roots like at any time of the growth stages. Like, it's not like some Cattleyas where they either produce roots at the beginning of the growth or after the growth has started maturing. I've divided this one and it's just put out roots whenever, so it's just a really super easy hybrid to take care of, and the blooms, as you will see in a bit, are super cute. Okay, so here's a nice little close-up of the blooms, and they aren't fully open. They do expand quite a bit from like when the buds first crack open. They seem super small, but over the course of the next couple days they end up being quite big, and I'll probably take pictures once they're fully opened up and flattened out. But just right now, let's see how wide these little girls are. So already they're at 2.5 inches, and I think they'll come out to an open spread of 3 inches. And this is actually the first time I've had 2 buds or 2 flowers on a growth. I've had 2 buds before, but then I didn't keep up with the watering in the pot, and then it blasted one of the buds and I only ended up with 1. So I've bloomed this like maybe 3 times, and this is the first time I've had 2. So you can probably see or understand the cultivar name of Little Fireball when you look into the lip right here, because it's got nice oranges, yellows, reds. Definitely looks like a little fireball right there in the middle. And this one is a little bit fragrant. It's very, very, very lightly fragrant for 1 or 2 hours around midday, and the fragrance only really kind of starts showing up, like it's probably present for maybe like a third or a fourth of the time that the flowers are open. So yeah, super light fragrant, only fragrant at certain times of the day, and it's not even fragrant for most of the time that it's blooming. But it's definitely a nice little addition to beautiful flowers and an easy growing plant. And the fragrance is like a sort of floral fragrance, probably more of the Pumilo versus the Walkeriana, because I've noticed that Walkeriana and its hybrids tend to have a dusty or powdery sort of Cattleya fragrance, and that one I don't get on these ones. So yeah, I just wanted to get this out. Like I said, they're not fully open yet, but I do go back to work tomorrow. I'm not gonna have time to film these again. I might film a little postscript or PS on Monday when I do have time off, when these are fully open, but if not, I'll just put a picture in of the fully open blooms. Anyways, this has been the Orchid Bloom Showcase of my Cattleya Irene Tail Light Kheng Little Fireball. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.